Watch, cops torture innocent disabled man with a taser, break his hip. A severely disabled Syracuse man was tossed, tackled, and badly injured by police for wanting to stand on the bus because sitting caused him pain. By Jack Burns, June 7, 2017. Syracuse, New York. Brad Hewlett, 39, is arguably one of the unluckiest men who's ever lived. When he was 12, he was hit by 2 trains, and permanently disabled, and a portion of his brain was removed. At 27, he was run over by a truck. Both accidents left him permanently disabled. The train accident left his left side practically useless, and his brain injury left him with a dented skull when half of his brain was removed. The man versus truck incident left him with constant back pain, aggravated by standing. But it wasn't until he had a run-in with Syracuse police officers that his luck, once again, took a turn for the worse. Officers were called to the bus where Hubert was a rider on May 3, 2013. Hewlett refused to sit down, preferring to stand while holding the pole, reportedly because sitting hurt his back. When Syracuse's finest arrived, instead of noticing he is obviously disabled, and employing de-escalation techniques, the officers went straight to their tasers. The disabled man was tossed and dragged out of the bus. As a result of the officers' actions, he broke his hip in the process and had to have surgery, which left a 7-inch scar. The disabled man sued the officers, the police department, and the ambulatory services after charges against him were dismissed. Instead of being transported to the hospital to receive proper medical care for his injuries, the frail handicapped man, with obvious special needs, was taken to jail. However, it's what the judge in his case has noticed which is making news today. U.S. District Judge David Hurd uncovered a pattern of misconduct, cover-up, abuse, and misstatements which he says is reason enough for Hewlett's case to go forward. Read more. Woman calls police to report assault, cop shows up, holds her for 7 hours as he demands sex acts. Judge Hurd pointed to Syracuse PD's lackadaisical approach to use of force incidents as a cause for concern. As the Free Thought Project has advocated, the city has an effective Citizens Review Board, CRB, which independently determines whether or not an officer should be disciplined when he or she is accused of an excessive use of force. But Chief Frank Fowler only disciplined 3 of 18 officers in 2013 whom the CRB recommended be disciplined for their actions. Citing the chief's own words, Hurd stated officers are rarely if ever disciplined for an improper use of a taser. Judge Heard also noticed the use of force incident report was not filed until newspapers covered the story about police using a taser on a disabled man. He also noted an internal investigation was not launched until reporters began to ask questions about the incident involving Hubert. Syracuse.com wrote Hewlett's lawyers have uncovered an apparent cover-up. Hewlett's lawsuit claims not only that police used excessive force, but that they tried to cover it up by falsifying reports and destroying other videos that Centro surveillance cameras captured outside the bus. Video filmed by Syracuse Metro, which could have served as evidence in the case against the officers, was destroyed. Hewlett's lawyers also claim he was not told he was under arrest prior to being tossed and drug out of the bus. Audio from the bus surveillance cameras seems to indicate the officers never told the man he was under arrest before they deployed their tasers. Judge Heard is allowing the case to proceed. A jury could conclude that, as a result of SPD leadership's well-known permissive attitude toward compelled compliance with authority, the officers knew they would not be critically investigated, much less disciplined, for using force on citizens, Heard wrote, before adding, consequently, these subordinate officers felt empowered to use force with relative impunity and that, as a result, used excessive force on Hewlett. Read more. Cops assault, arrest man, and steal his phone, but video survived on Google Cloud, exonerating him. Rick Guy, Hewlett's lawyer, had harsh words for the officers and the police department. The video evidence in my client's case shows a brutal and unnecessary abuse of power against one of the least of us, he said. The lawyer added, the integrity of the police department and the safety of the community depend on unbiased and honest investigation of uses of force and the appropriate disciplining of abusive officers.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here. and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.